This is your inspirational wake-up call, and you are inside the house with Professor Shire. And we are coming to you from the Caribbean, to be exact, from downtown Port of Spain in Trinidad and Tobago. Do you know that the history of religion is as old as the history of man himself? Oh yeah! A big shout out to my global friends and family. Today we'll be looking at, is it necessary to have a spiritual leader to find God? So please stay with me. So I've looked at a document I received from a friend which speaks to, even among the most primitive, that is to say undeveloped civilizations, there is found evidence of worship of some form. In fact, the new encyclopedia, the Britannica, says that as far as scholars have discovered, there has never existed any people, anywhere, at any time, who were not in some sense religious. So I've also asked a few friends, do we need a spiritual leader to find God? If yes, why? Or if no, also share why. So listen to what they had to say. I don't think we need a spiritual leader to find God. Once we have the wisdom and understanding, a spiritual leader is good because that's how I found God. God has also put his prophets in place to lead his people. One should go through their own experience to the source within. Actually, no, I don't think we need a spiritual leader to find God. Your own inner hunger calls out for you to seek God. Spiritual leaders are there to guide us based on their level of understanding. There are two types of spiritual leaders, earthly and heavenly. We need both to help us find and know God. We do not need a spiritual leader to find God. We can make or rather have a relationship with God through song meditation and personal spiritual intervention. Only God can make that happen. Stay with me. Today, I'm extremely humbled by these responses as they suggest that some of us will find God regardless of the circumstances or situations, and others may need guidance from some type of spiritual leader. And that's how it is. So as I've said in my last episode, we all can exercise and have the right to freedom of choice. You know, my friend shared a wonderful story with me. My friend I will call Judy said her cousin, who we will call Jane, as she recalled, Jane being a party animal, used to party and enjoy herself and have a good time at these fetes from time to time. On this special occasion at one of the carnival fetes, where she was partying and having a good time, she explained she was suddenly awakened by this voice that told her that she should leave and get out of the party. Jane said she could not ignore the voice. The pulse and the intuition was too strong, and left the party at once, much to the abuse and ridicule by her friends as if she was going mad. Jane later found herself becoming a Christian and turned her life over to God and followed the teachings until she crossed over, or as I would say, translated. Every people and every nation on earth has its God or gods and its way of worship. I want to say this to you all. Each belief system has its spiritual leaders that can lead you to the enlightenment of God. Some people look towards the outer teacher. Some teaching starts with the outer teacher that leads to the inner teacher. If you can find a spiritual leader or teacher with great qualities, understanding, has traveled the path and know the way, they can save you the wear and tear and make the journey more enjoyable. In the absence of a good spiritual leader, you may take a longer time. Before I go, let me leave you with this. As it has been said by various persons of different teachings, I'm always with you, even to the end of the earth. In my opinion, the Creator in its wisdom did not leave us alone. As one of my friends explained, He sent His prophets to lead His people and has put things in place, but it's up to us. Until next time, let us keep loving our hearts. Let us hold each other's hands to make it through these times. This was your inspirational wake-up call with Professor Shire. Love you all.